Hello YouTube, it is Speedy of Terrier Productions coming to you with yet another Transformers video review. And today we shall be looking at the Transformers 2007 release, first movie Bumblebee action figure. And here is the figure in question in its vehicle mode. And as you can see, the vehicle mode of the figure is a rather fetching 1977 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 Coupe. And yeah, as you can see, it is a very, very nice vehicle mode. Now, I should point out this isn't my figure. That's the first thing you need to know about this figure. This figure is actually on loan from a friend of mine who, in a somewhat convenient twist of fate, is actually named Sam. So yeah, if you're watching this, Sam, hello, and thank you for lending me the figure. So yeah, here it is. Naturally, it rolls, as all things with wheels should, and here it is. A couple of nice details is the fact that it has racing stripes. And there are also some details of previous owner neglection on the car. Like, for example, here on the front chin spoiler, there's a spot of black paint to show where the car may have potentially rusted. There's also another dot of black paint on the rear fender and also on the roof as well. I think that's all there is in regards of the painted rust spots. Yeah. Now, my one personal gripe about this Bumblebee action figure and every other Bumblebee action figure that came out of the first movie trilogy toy line is all you need to do is stand up on the back bumper, and there you have Bumblebee. See there, you've got the head, you've got the chest, kind of. You've got the arms here and here, and then you've got the legs. That's got to be without a shadow of a doubt my only gripe about the first movie trilogy Bumblebee action figures. But anyway, with that over and done with, let's do some vehicle mode height comparisons, shall we? Here he is, alongside the Reveal the Shield release of the Classics Hot Rod figure, minus the protector trailer, which is actually now a pretty rare sight in my collection. So as you can see, lining them up bumper to bumper, they're actually about the same length. At the very tip of the front bumper, they are about the same length looking at it. Which is pretty incredible. And unfortunately, that is one problem with the figure. Now, that is, annoyingly, part of the transformation, which I'll go into some more detail later. For the love of... Stay! Stay! Good chest plate. Yeah, as you can see, if I stand them alongside one another, they are, minus Hot Rod's spoiler, they are actually about the same length, which is pretty interesting. And now what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to get Hot Rod into his robot mode, so I can do some robot mode height comparisons. And of course, I'm not going to show off the transformation for the Hot Rod figure on screen, because we've seen it, what, 3 times now on this channel, and on top of that, there are like a gazillion videos detailing this guy's transformation on YouTube anyway. So I'm not going to waste my time on that. Okay, Hot Rod's in his vehicle mode and ready to roll. Now let's go on to the Bumblebee figure itself and its transformation. So to start off the transformation, what you want to do is you want to come to the hood and there's a button right here at the back. You press that button, oh well, it's just done it for me, and this whole front bumper section flips down as so. And then take this section of the bonnet here, you pull that back, and that will bring up the head. Now the gearing on it originally also brought up this plate here with the Autobot symbol, but the gearing on the figure is a bit old, and that feature, or that part of the feature at least, has unfortunately stopped working. Next thing you want to do is you want to come to these sills here. They just fold out as so. Keep it going until the wheel stops. Grab this part here, rotate it down, and then break the sill by moving the elbow upwards. Repeat the process on the same arm here. There. And there. And what you want to do is you want to come to the doors of the figure. You want to open them up and flip up the windscreen until it gets to the back as so. And that will form Bumblebee's famous wing span. You then want to split the legs, and then the transformation for the legs and the feet are actually pretty interesting. What you want to do is you want to take the front bumper, you want to pull it out like that, and then at about this point, you want to pull it forwards, and what that will do in turn is it will move the roof panel down, and hold on, I've cocked this up already. There we go. It will move the roof panel down as so, and will in turn actually bring up this piece right here of knee detail. I'll see if I can show that off a bit better with this arm, or leg even. So you pull the front bumper forwards, the back bumper forwards even to about there, grab the wheel, articulate that down, and it's just a matter of fiddling around with the figure until this section of the back bumper here rests against a groove in the leg. Pivot him forwards, get him standing properly. Bring his arms down. And there is the Movie 1 Deluxe Class Bumblebee in its robot mode. And to be perfectly honest, it's actually a very nice looking robot mode. And in fact, it wouldn't honestly surprise me if this was the most screen accurate of the Transformers figures that we got from the 2007 movie toy line. Now, before I get onto the articulation, again, another height comparison. Cue the Reveal the Shield repaint of Hot Rod. At the head, Hot Rod comes up to about the tyre on Bumblebee's shoulder. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for your assistance, Hot Rod. Anyway, in regards of the figure's articulation, the head is on a ball joint. So you can have him look around. You can have him look up. You can have him look down. And you can also pivot the head to the side, making it look as if you've just explained something to him that's just gone completely over his head. Anyway, the shoulders then are on a ball joint, so they will go in and out at said ball joint. And they will also rotate around. I've just noticed as well, on the front wheel arch here, there is actually a spot of brown paint to actually replicate some rusting. So, okay. The elbows are on a ball joint, so they'll go forwards, they'll go back, and they'll also only just rotate. The wrists do rotate as well. as you can see, or at least I hope you can see that. So, no waist articulation, which is a real upset because there is no real excuse for there not being a waist swivel in there. But nonetheless, the legs from the waist downward are on a ball joint, so they can go forwards, they can go back, and they can go all the way out. The knee is on a pin joint, and also on a swivel joint as well, which I've only just noticed. And then the feet, well, I guess you can say that the feet pivot forwards and backwards, but that's primarily due to transformation. Anyway, with that all said and done, let's get Bumblebee back into his vehicle mode so I can wrap up this video review. So to get Bumblebee back into his vehicle mode, you take his feet. What you want to do first is you want to move the foot up to about there. Then want to take the rear bumper, flip that around, and then finish it off until the leg then looks a little something like that, as opposed to this. So again, you move the foot up, you flip the front bump, you flip the back bumper around, and just collapse that into place. And then the legs will peg together in two separate places. There and there. You then take the windscreen, rotate that down, and that will actually clip into place underneath these two roof panels here. There are two pegs right here, and they'll just slot in there. Bring the doors down and around, and they'll actually clip into place on the car. Then take the arms, straighten out the arms, bring them up to the wheel, and then the whole assembly just accordions downward as so. And we'll actually plug into position on two places. There's a peg on this section that will snap under this part of the bonnet, and then there's a friction tab holding on this part of the skirt, and there are also friction tabs that will hold the door closed against the body of the car. As so, and the last thing you want to do is you want to rotate the chest plate up. That will clip into the tops of the arms, and then, provided I can get it to stay still. Like that. Last thing you then need to do is take this plate with the Autobot symbol. Fuck you, Bumblebee. Fucking... There we go. There. Actually, I'll let you in place, you little bastard. Then anyway, as I was saying, you just want to take this plate with the Autobot insignia, and you just want to rotate that down into that cavity in the bottom of the car. Alright. And then there it is. There's the Movie 1 Deluxe Class Bumblebee, all wrapped up and back in its vehicle mode. Would I recommend picking up this figure? If you can find one going cheap enough on eBay, do it. Seriously, I am not a big fan of Bumblebee, because ever since he was brought into the live-action film franchise, he was only kept in the films to keep the 4-year-olds happy. And that really, really bugs me. But, moving that aside, this is an absolutely fantastic figure. And to be perfectly honest, I actually prefer this vehicle mode over the three different modern day look Chevrolet Camaros that Bumblebee had in the second half of the first live action Transformers film, and then the Chevy Camaros that he had as his vehicle mode in both Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon. So yeah. I will also be doing soon, hopefully, a comparison video review with this Bumblebee figure and the latest Bumblebee figure from the Transformers Age of Extinction toy line, the High Octane Bumblebee. Where not only I will give you my verdict on which Bumblebee action figure I prefer, but also which vehicle mode I prefer. Because I love the look of this Camaro, And I love the look of the 1967 modded Chevy Camaro that Bumblebee has for the first half of Dark of the Moon. So yeah. Moving Bumblebee gingerly off screen, this is where I say thank you for watching the video. And in the next video review, we will be looking at the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Sideswipe. So until then, folks, this has been Speedy of Terrier Productions saying thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.